Afternoon, Dwayne here at Dry Creek Wrangler School. So I did a video about 3 days ago on my way back from picking up the 2 horses. And this is Peso. The plan is he's going to become my horse. Now, I'm going to cover some things here, but I want to say before I start that I have some things that are very important to me in a horse that I need for safety, for wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, whoever I'm helping. So when I say that those things, I don't see those things in this new horse that I bought, and so I'm going to start working on them. I don't want anybody to take that as a poke or casting shade on the folks who train the horse or the folks who I got the horse from. It's not that. You've got your horse, you've got what you do with the horse, you've got your standards, and that's what you do. And I've got mine that I need, and so this is what I do. Now there's some things, this new horse, there's some, and they're not bad. But I was going to saddle him, and he started some of this stuff, and I'm like, I could have saddled him. He's not wild. But there were some things I'm like, no, we're going to deal with that on the ground. Everything starts on the ground, okay? So I don't know if you can hear that other horse just squealing and screaming and going nuts in the background. That was his stablemate. And it's understandable that they would get kind of bound up on that trip up here, and they're in a new place. Now he's doing very well. That other little horse, not so much. So I really have to put a little bit of work into him. But he's got some things that I don't allow. And it all comes down to your horse, their mind and their attention is not on you. He was swinging around and looking back at that horse, and his butt came around, and he almost knocked me down while I was brushing him to saddle him because he was kind of agitated about it. Comes in the picture. Ace, you go on. You're rattling and messing up the video. Go on. Go on. Go on. What it boils down to is I'm going to give him a slight signal, and I want him to read me, not the environment around him. Come on, buddy. There you go. Now, as soon as he takes a step, just like always, I quit. You say, Dwayne, you've done this so many times, it's getting boring. If this is boring to you, it doesn't matter. What I want is I want a horse that is on the same page with me, that we can go out as calm, settled professionals and quietly, calmly do a job. Well, they're taught that in here, and they're taught that right here, okay? So you need to get on your horse and just be still sometimes. Smart little horse, good-minded little horse, horse that wants to please, horse that wants to do what needs to be done. He just needed to be shown the program around here. He just needed to be kind of locked into Dwayne, okay? So now we'll turn the camera off and we'll go over and saddle him, and we'll come back in and I'll ride him for a little bit and we'll see what we got. Okay, so we saddled him up, and I'm going to bit him up. Now I'm putting him in a snaffle bit. I look at it like this. Another trainer, especially in another part of the country, he's going to know things that I don't know, okay? And he's going to put things on a horse that I wouldn't even know about. But there's a possibility that I know things that he doesn't know. And there's things that I want on a horse that maybe he doesn't know about. Now, if you take a brand new horse, a Western bit will tell you what they know. All right? But a snaffle bit will tell you what they don't know and what they do know. And I don't want to just know what he knows, but I want to know what he doesn't know. So if what he doesn't know is something I want him to know, then I can teach it to him, okay? So we're going to put just a basic, simple snaffle on him to start with. And I don't want to lose sight of that, okay? So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to put the snaffle bit on him. And we're just going to begin the process like I do all my horses. He's also in pretty good shape, as far as his weight goes. And so at the school, we always talk about that pocket in behind the shoulder that the saddle goes in, that holds the saddle in place when you cinch it down. Well, that pocket's kind of full of fat on this horse. Now you would think it wouldn't be the way he's built. All right, son. Whoop. And there we go. Woo. All right. Now here's the magic thing we're going to do right here. Are you ready? Did you see it? You want to see it again? There it is. Listen. Your horse does not know the energy that you want. Your horse does not know the pace that you want to set. Your horse does not know the pace that you want to start out. Okay? So if you don't tell them, if you don't show them, they default back to the pace of whatever they had before, the pace of how they're feeling. All right? Now we're gonna start off walking here. I'm gonna come over here. Oh, pretty nice. Come on. And we're just gonna walk. So I want our first ride to be an indication of what our future relationship's gonna be like. All right, let's stay out of that mud. So when I saddle him up tomorrow, he's gonna be like, oh, hey, I remember you. There ain't no drama with you. And kudos to this guy's trainer. He told me he had a good handle on him. I mean, we're just at a walk, but he sure is lighting that snaffle. Nice. See, sometimes you can wire the money in advance, drive 1,200 miles of empty trailer, pick a horse up, and find an honest people and get a good deal. But if I hadn't taken that chance, like I talked about in the last video, wouldn't have this. Oh man, I'm gonna like this little guy. So come in, saddle him slow and easy, get on and sit there, and then just start a slow pace. Start a slow pace, and you set the pace for the rest of the day. It may take a little bit for them to get into that, but they will, okay? Remember, anything wrong with your horse becomes a reflection of you. And so I've said this and time, and I'll say it again. Don't ask, what do I need to change about my horse? Ask, what do I need to change about me and my approach that's affecting my horse?